Okay, test. Hopefully this is recording now. My name is Samuel Lombardo. Please bear with the video uh, technical difficulties and because of, for some reason, it seems like I've been having a little bit of trouble with my camera. It's been a little over usage. My name is Samuel Lombardo. This is my last semester at Rowan University in the Master of Arts Administration, Theater Focus. Um, my background in education is, I've started out with 4 degrees in the associate degree level. Two of them was actually 3 of them were coinciding with one another. I started with liberal arts, went from liberal arts to deciding on music. But then by the time I got through with music, I was like, I was a little bit interested in the education, but not enough that I would actually, it didn't really do much for me at that program to study education, but I ended up just taking the last 2 classes and ended up graduating with the 3rd degree. Then I started over with a business administration degree because I had an idea in my mind of what I wanted to do, but at the time it wasn't really set in stone. Like, I didn't do anything to actually prepare myself to actually start a business or anything. So that business administration degree kind of gave me the ins and outs of what I needed to do. In other words, gave me the heads up of what needed to be done prior to starting a business. So that was good. And then I also learned some realities in that way as well, where it's not just so much just the idea and poof, there it is, but that there's a lot of action that has to be taking place as well. I want to say toward the end of the business administration degree, which means that with the 3 degrees that I had at Rowan College of Burlington County, it it dawned on me that there wasn't enough schooling at that time to the there wasn't anything in law, like, in other words, they were starting to really take the arts out of schools at that time, and it wasn't mandated in federal law or anything about that. Those things have changed now, but I'll explain that a little bit later about the research that I'm finding in that, because I have to plan for my doctoral program, how to set up a curriculum for arts within schools that are hurting for the money to be able to even start the programs. But getting back to where I'm at, I decided that I wanted to start a school. But then in my personal life, I have a spiritual well-being, and I knew that I really wanted to provide the community with arts education, but at the same time, I've also felt that there was a covenant between God and I that I can accomplish both things and still get the best of both worlds. So, with that being said, I moved on because now I kind of knew what I wanted to do, but they didn't ask me to write plans or anything. It just was it was basic, and it helped me more understand and got me closer to what I wanted to actually do. So then I was studying under a few performers for voice, because prior to even going to school, I was always with operas, traveling at least 4 continents. And I really enjoyed it. I actually have a very high pitched voice for a male. It's what they call male soprano or countertenor, if some of you actually know those terms. And my voice levels are anywhere between, say, an A flat 3 to an B flat 7. So it's a very wide range. Probably about 4 or 5 different octaves that I could play around with. So I've been doing a lot of traveling, and even during my high school years, it was more or less just a lot of travel. Um, so then when I started the college, it was really, really new, and there wasn't much time to travel, so I had to put the performance away, and then it was about 5 years into it that I asked to study with Francisca Charles to get into Westminster Choir College. Well, I made it into Westminster Choir College, was studying under the two voice teachers, Margaret Cusack and Nancy Froisland Hurl. Um, and I've looked, and long and behold, there was a little bit of room for me to be able to actually add either a minor in my voice performance degree at Westminster Choir College, or I could actually take on another degree. So I figured since I had room and there was enough aid to help me, in the process of that, I would take a second degree. So I realized that arts administration in the bachelor's program was available at Rider University. So I've decided that I wanted to. I already had the easy A's in. I'm sorry to say it that way, but it's the truth. In the voice performance, but I wanted to challenge myself and actually find out what the business end of things were. And they have taught me everything from entertainment law to the recording, venues management, tour management, how to make plans, planning for a nonprofit, marketing. Basically, the same scenario as what I've learned in the master program, except that it was more or less building me up to getting ready to set up for a plan. So that's basically what it was. And at that point, I've decided, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I came up with the idea of Lombard's Christian Arts Conservatory back in 2011. And from 2011 to 2013, I was in the Arts Administration program, double degree with voice performance at Westminster Choir College of the Arts at Rider University. And then I decided that I wanted to extend and actually prepare a plan, a concise plan, because I ran into a reality where I wasn't just going to go build up a school and poof, there it goes. The school's there and, everything. I got the students and all that. No, I have to start somewhere. So I have to think of programming in the terms of programming before I can just start building up a school. But I was able to at least come up with some strategic idea while I was at the program. So that's where it leads me to the why am I studying arts administration at Rowan University, which, by the way, is my last semester here, and I happen to be doing a double project that I'm really not fond of actually making my making the marketing plan redundant. So what's happening is, um, well, let me get back to where I was at first. To end my educational background, I am a doctoral candidate for Grand Canyon University for higher education and leadership. Um, and that's for organizational skills and curriculum building. That will be the part of what I hope to do is extend arts administration and actually start getting into strategizing plans and helping universities understand the legalese, language, and importance of specific programming in arts administration, because I feel that, yeah, it's one thing to plan for a business, and it's another thing if we don't understand the legal part of the arts administration background, which is a very important thing, because let's just say you want to be an artist manager. Do you know what the rules and regulations are of that? Do you understand what the non-profit laws are? Do you know what a mechanical license is? These types of things are very, very important. And so they're just some examples of what I feel really needs to be expanded upon in the master program, and actually be able to, or at least have a couple of classes that are geared to maybe entertainment law of some sort or something. And also, there are some schools out there still that I would like to help bring in a bachelor program for practical uses and learning theoretically and practical under the arts administration program, as well as master program. So that is pretty much the reasoning behind why I want to study arts administration. The second half of the reason why I want to study arts administration is because I simply love art in its all ways. And I really, really feel that it would be my honor to be able to help artists, but at the same time, now I know what is important for me as an artist, because it's a lot when you put all the pieces together when you're in the office. See, as an artist, I have fun. I can stand out there and sing, or I can act, Of course, I gotta go through the auditions and everything, but that's not even the hard part about it. The hard part about the scenario is understanding that when it comes to, say, George wanting to borrow my song to play in this movie, what types of licenses he would actually need to be able to do it, and what the costs would be. These kind of things. So it's the office work, and it's all the dollars and signs that actually get intertwined. And then at the same time, I like emerging leaders. And it's a shame, but right now it seems as if Rowan University, I guess, is probably just starting out or whatnot. But it would be very nice if, like, maybe sometime we do develop an arts administration program that will help in the bachelor's level, that can expand emerging leadership, like maybe a certificate in arts leadership or organizational skills or something. And it can recognize a student for actually helping, excuse me, not helping, but honoring that student for actually his or her preparation for becoming a leader in the arts field. So there are some options there. Um, so that's why, again, that is why I like arts administration. The reason that the expectation for this class is simply this. I'm actually I'm in capstone right now. It's the second phase. I've actually worked through it all summer long. Terry Fox is actually the advisor for it, and thus far it seems to be going 100% good. There's a whole entire list of things that I have to do, and one of the components was to develop a catalog for a pre-college STAR program that would be about 13 weeks, and then um, and then it will end with a 4 week production of I was thinking the Exodus, because it is again it is a Christian arts conservatory, so I'm trying to keep everything consistent the uh, with the meaning and the values and whatnot of the school. And so the Exodus would be the whole show pertaining to the Jews coming from uh, Egypt and living lively. So that's what's happening. In that catalog is a marketing component, and I don't want to make these things redundant. So what I'm actually hoping for is that this course could actually help me push through the actual catalog that I have to set up. I gotta do the what's it called? Uh, there's some brochures I have to be made out. There are pitches that I have to type up. I already have a website that is developed and published, but some of the sites, a lot of the sites I'm still working on right now. It'll be available on October 15th, but it is published for just the outline use right now. And that is www.lcac-star.org. And so what I'm hoping is that I would be able to just send the catalog in for review and my brochures, so that I know what to expect, because it's going to be a lot when it's all said and done. But because this is a marketing class, I figured that rather than having two separate projects, and plus I love the arts administration program at Rowan, because it basically has helped me grow in understanding the reality of how my business is going to be formatted now. And in this case, my decision of starting the STAR program actually was a reality, but I'm still hitting a couple of small roadblocks as I go in and out, with this project as well. But it's not as bad as trying to get stressed out about how am I going to get a whole school started. Because my guess would be that if this is a success, we'll do it again the next year, and then we'll probably add a couple more seasons in within the year, and then that would then become the theater department for, the LCAC. So that's that. A couple other pointers that I would like to bring out about myself. I have professional recognitions and memberships that I have that I'm a part of. Since 2010, I have been with the Grammys, AGMA, which is American Guild of Music Artists, and since 2011, I've been with the Oscars, Opera America, 2012, I have actually helped out with Opera Moto, who Danielle Wright is the founder, artistic director for Opera Moto, and they have decided that they were going to change their location, so it's no longer in Princeton. 2014, or 2013, I actually became part of the Writers Guild East, and then Music Educators Association was my previous membership in 2014. I've also have other partnerships with LCA that has to do with Disney Youth. A few places with the Grammys as well. I am going to be filling out some information on grants with the Grammys Foundation as well. So there are quite a few names out there, and that just names a few. My professional employment, obviously, as you know through the entire 20 minutes of this video, is that I am the founder of Lombard's Christian Arts Conservatory, and I'm also the president for Youth Arts Management Association, which will become the Career Center and Job Employment Center for LCAC's artists, and it's also the training area for emerging leaders. I'm going to be developing an emerging leader program that will allow students from various colleges to actually come for some training for at least 2 semesters that will gain truthful insight of the laws, even if they know about the law, what the new laws are being represented, like to make sure that we are keeping track with everything, because it does happen a lot. Things do change in the artist world, both in the artist world as well as arts leadership. So I'm also a trainer. I'm going to be starting to do workshops where I'll be training along myself, probably with a small group that will probably be part of the Emerging Leaders recognition program, and then also my hope after this degree, while I'm working on the doctorate program, is to probably help, you know, my goal is to basically help colleges that don't have emerging leader programs, or perhaps have a bachelor program within the arts administration, or just simply help by teaching some of the important classes that are needed within arts administration. So that's what the goal is. But my professional background is, again, me being the founder of LCAC and president of YAMA. So that seems to be about all for now. I hope that you enjoyed everything. I look forward to meeting the rest of you. And if you want to ask me any questions, or if you're actually curious about some of the things that I have mentioned here tonight, I'll be more than happy to help you along the way. I'm also looking for artist managers and possibly a few folks to teach within the Emerging Leaders program once it's formed. I'm looking to get that off the ground probably sometime in February or March. So, yeah, let me know. Talk to you soon. Thank you.